Solana is reaching its upper areas where it had its previous all-time highs. In today's video, I am going to be jumping into the technical analysis on Solana, giving you my thoughts and opinions on where I think Sol is heading. Let's roll that intro and get right down into it. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video update. Today we're going to look at Solana, the SOL token. Here we have it paired up with USDT on the 4-hour Binance chart. And yeah, we're going to review what's going on here with Sol because it has had some pretty decent growth over the last few kind of days or so, right? So here we can see we've got this kind of growth potential. Around the kind of 27% since the 6th of February, right? Lots of FOMO activity kind of pushing Solana a little bit higher. Now, many of the altcoins haven't really had significant runs yet, but Solana is definitely one of those that has performed very, very well, right? We can see here on this 4-hour chart in December of 2023, we did pretty well, rallying on up to this high right here at $126.36. And we're kind of, cooled off a little bit and we're pushing back up a little bit further. All of this is something that we kind of talk to our members about, and everything's kind of tracking quite nicely for Solana, and we are still looking for more of a progression to the upside here. Now we do find support on our 50 EMA, which is our red line just here, and our 50 SMA, with our 200 EMA being a little bit shorter, right, underneath. And for the most part, this is all pretty bullish, right? Price action is above our moving averages here, exponential or simple, and yeah, it's progressing quite nicely. We also have good support levels. We can draw our trend line in here. You can see that our support level here is actually below that of the 50 SMA. Now, at the moment, the 200 EMA, that white line, is lower than our trend line, but this isn't overly too problematic because our trend line can just adjust if we did see a wick down there, because I personally take all wicks into consideration when I draw my trend lines or my charts. I like to make sure that I account for every wick rather than just the bodies of the candles. So there's different approaches, but that's the one that I prefer. And so, if we were to see a wick down to that 200 EMA, I would still move my trend line to coincide with it. Other analysts out there, though, they'll just look at the bodies of the candles, and if we do not close below our trend line, then that's another way of looking at the trend line still holding out. Okay, so food for thought anyway. The other things that we can see here on our chart for Solana is an inverted head and shoulder pattern that's played out quite nicely here. So we have our shoulder, we have a head, and we have another shoulder, and then we've got this run to the upside, right? And so with that, we want to do is we want to kind of consider, this run, how much further has it got the potential to kind of go? And well, we can see here it has the potential to really reach up to a double top situation here, around that $124 to $126, right? That's target range. And so that's actually looking quite positive, right? We can see some interesting kind of growth here with the breakout of a head and shoulder pattern there. Now, the other thing that I want to kind of point out here is we also have the potential for a cup and handle pattern. Now, although this is slightly more pointed than we'd like, cup and handle patterns are, reasonably okay as long as it's not a complete V bottom. And what I mean by that is if we just had a straight drop and a straight up, that is not a cup. But here we can see that actually we kind of bounced around a little bit on both the ways to the upside. It's not a perfect curve, but it is a curvature nonetheless. And so here we could potentially see that double top situation with our inverted head and shoulders, and then kind of get rejected here briefly for a handle that will come down, probably coming back down more towards maybe that 50 EMA, 50 SMA, 200 EMA kind of situation. And then from here, we'll have another blast to the upside. And this blast to the upside, it would be measured using the Fibonacci retracement tool. And it would target out 1.618, and that would basically put us right up here about $168 Solana should this pattern play out. So it's one to kind of keep in mind with what is going on. I'm just going to go ahead and just put a little horizontal line at $168 and then just remove the fibs, right? So you can see here that the potential for a move up to finish our inverted head and shoulders, quick correction, just cool off a little bit after a double top bearish pattern, and then break out towards our 1.618 0.8, which will be $168. So for Solana, it's actually looking really reasonable and really pretty good. And all this kind of ties into the things that we've been talking about for a while when it comes to Solana, specifically for our members. So if you haven't yet checked out our memberships, I do urge you guys to check it out. The link for that is in the description down below. We cover a lot more technical analysis, AMAs, all that kind of wonderful stuff for our members down in our Discord server. So if you haven't checked it out, do go ahead and check it out. Now, in terms of trading opportunities here, I probably wouldn't be looking to kind of try to jump into a long on Solana here. I would be waiting to see whether or not we can get confirmation of rejection here, and then I'll be looking for type stop loss above that swing high, take profit probably down on the kind of 50 to 200 EMA scenario, which we would know closer to the time. Great risk reward ratio and a great way to short the market in anticipation of going long, because as I said, right here we could have one opportunity and the next opportunity would be to go long with a nice tight stop loss, and again that really good move towards $168, right? An insane amount of potential profit to be made in the long position. Now, obviously, the trend to the upside here, okay, meaning that we don't really want to be trading against the trend. It is higher risk to short the market than it would be to go long on the market. Okay, so long would be, in my opinion, slightly safer than going short. But with tight stop loss and proper risk management, both could be achieved. And of course, like I always say, guys, if I am to be trading, I am going to be trading using 𝗕𝗘𝗪. 𝗕𝗘𝗪 is my go-to platform for all my leverage-based trades. So there is a link for that down in the description below. If you haven't yet set up yourself a 𝗕𝗘𝗪 account, what are you waiting for? Check it out. Like I say, it's a really easy and self-intuitive platform that I think you guys will be very, very happy with. So why not check it out? The link is in the description below. So when it comes to a cup and handle pattern, a couple of opportunities for trading, and of course, great breakout situations here for Solana as well. So yeah, I think for the most part, Solana's in a really nice position. We've seen some pretty decent growth, some very impulsive movements, and it does look like that is continuing to go. But I will be looking for this little handle here, and that will be setting us up with a beautiful long position up to $168. I'm going to leave the video there, guys, but why don't you check out this video right here where JB is talking about the potential for Ethereum to outperform many altcoins, hitting over $50,000.